Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 cards made using one PET tape from the Washi Tape Shop. This is Zephr Bloom. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got a real vintage feel to it, very muted colours, really pretty. And so I'm just going to be using this one tape today and showing you how you can create some really easy cards using it. Now remember, you can use these techniques and tips and tricks with any PET tape or washi tape that you've got in your collection. You could also use it with pattern paper as well, or your stamped images. But this is just to give you an idea of how you can use one tape to create 5 different cards. So I like to just snip off a section of the tape first of all. It just makes it a little bit easier to work with. I don't restrict myself just to this strip, but I have cut off enough of these strips so that it is all the designs that are on the tape. And I'm just starting off with a piece of white cardstock. This is just some smooth white cardstock from Pink Frog Crafts in the UK. It's 300 GSM. It's super smooth. And I'm just going to peel off the stickers from the tape and stick them down onto my card panel. You just want to take your time with the stickers. Some of them are quite detailed, so there's some really thin bits on the sticker. So just take your time. You can use a pokey tool or some tweezers to help you set it down. It can be a little bit tricky to keep them nice and straight, so that's why I'd always recommend working on a panel that's slightly bigger so you can trim it down when you've finished. And what I love about PET tape is that you can layer it over another tape and you can still see all of the design and all of the detail, but you can't really tell that it's overlapping. So that is one of the benefits of clear tape. But of course, if you've got washi tape, then you can do the same process using the washi tape. It's just that where it overlaps, it may be a little bit more obvious. So I've got some nesting piercing dies from Waffle Flower. These are the A2 additional dies, and I'm just going to cut that out using my die cutting machine. That is the great thing about PET tape. You can die cut through it with no issues at all. And of course, that's the same with washi tape as well. Once I've cut that out, I'm going to mount it to a panel of brown cardstock. I don't want to introduce any new colours today. I'm just going to use the colours that are on the tape, and the brown cardstock matched perfectly. And I'm going to stamp a sentiment in brown ink as well. I'm using Acorn from Versifying Claire because it stamps beautifully. And I'm going to mount this panel with some foam tape to the brown cardstock. And then I will mount this onto an A2 white card base at the end of the video. But I have cut a piece of 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch white linen cardstock, which is to the left. And that's just a textured cardstock. I recently bought some from another project. I haven't needed to use it, and so I thought I'd incorporate it into my card making. And it really stepped the finished card designs up. So I will show you that at the end when it's all finished. But I'm now just going to move on to the second card. And I'm going to use this inbuilt frame from the sticker tape. It's already kind of done for you, so I thought, well, there it is, why not use it as it's intended? And I thought it would make a nice place for the sentiment to go. I decided to build up the card design a little bit by adding a butterfly to the top left and also on the right hand side as well. Again, this is another advantage of using PET tape or washi tape because you can layer the elements over each other, but with PET tape it's completely clear, so you don't really notice the overlap. I've added that little string bow sticker as well, and I'm going to stamp a hello sentiment in the middle, again using the brown Versifying Claire Acorn ink. I'm going to mat this to a layer of some matte gold cardstock. I'm just going to keep this nice and flat with some liquid glue because I am going to mount the whole thing with some foam tape again onto a piece of linen white cardstock. And I love how the textured white cardstock really just makes the card look a little bit more premium, even though it is quite simple. So I'm just going to peel the backing tape off here and stick that down. And again, I'll add it to a card base and just add a few more details at the end of the video, which I'll show you then. Onto the third card, and this time I decided to use that lovely border strip again, but I wanted to do something a little bit different, and it took me a moment just to work out what I wanted to do. So I decided this time that I would do it vertical down the linen cardstock. Again, this measures about 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches at the moment, but we are going to be trimming it down. And I just wanted to try and keep it as straight as possible. But I did it slightly away from the edge so that I could trim that off. And then I changed my mind a little bit and trimmed it right down to 3 inches by 5. And then again, later on, you'll see that I changed my mind again and trimmed it down some more. But I'm just trimming a panel of brown cardstock, which I thought would make a nice base layer for the card front. But I then changed my mind again, and I'm going to emboss it with this Sizzix embossing folder. This is one of the Tim Holtz ones. I'll leave it linked in the description box below. It is an older one. And I really love the subtle texture that this adds to the cardstock. But then you'll see that I changed my mind again, and I decided to cut the brown strip to 2 inches. And I also cut the white strip down to 2 inches. So now they measure about 4 inches by 5 inches. And I wanted to underlap or overlap the brown with the white. So that would make it 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches, which is a nice size to leave a nice border on an A2 card panel. I hope that made sense. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that white layer directly down to the card base, and then I'm going to add some foam tape to the brown piece of cardstock and then stick that down. So that will just give it a little bit of dimension. It'll overlap that panel, and I will add a sentiment, but I'm going to just pop that to one side for now. And for the next card, I've got this linen die cut square. This is using the Paper Roses Lots and Lots of Squares dies. It's got some lovely detail around the edge, and the textured cardstock really sets this off. So I'm just picking a butterfly to stick down in the centre there. And then I really want to use those decorative border stickers again to create my card design. So I'm going to use 2 different designs of the border tape, but I'm going to keep the same stickers on the bottom level and the same stickers on the top level. And then that's just going to make sure that the design looks uniform when it's finished and that there's not anything too drastically different showing on the top and bottom row. And I've used my magnet just to hold my cardstock in place so that I can use the grid lines on my glass mat to help me keep those stickers nice and straight. They're not perfect, but I really think you'd struggle to notice that when the card's finished. And I actually think this card turned into one of my favourites. Don't forget to leave a comment below actually and let me know which of the cards is your favourite when you see them at the end. So I'm just going to add a strip of gold cardstock across the centre of this panel, and I'm going to use this gorgeous border die from Spellbinders. Again, any additional products that I've used today will be listed in the description box below, along with the exclusive discount code that I have for the Washi Tape Shop. However, at the time of recording this, they did have a summer sale on, so don't forget to check that out. Again, I'll leave links and the voucher code in the description box below too. So I've die cut a strip of matte gold cardstock, and I'm just going to add a line of glue across my card panel and stick that down where the 2 tapes meet in the middle. That's just going to really help to bring the design together. I'm going to pop that butterfly in the centre using some foam tape. I quickly edited out that I'd put the foam tape on the wrong side, so that's why it looks a bit untidy on the back. But before I stick it down, I am just going to trim off the excess of that gold strip. For a sentiment, I'm going to use the Whimsical Wishes stamp set from Spellbinders. Again, I'm going to stamp in Versavine Claire Acorn ink. And I stamped before I stuck the raised element down because I didn't want that to get in the way of my acrylic block. I'm just going to add some liquid glue to this panel and pop it onto some brown cardstock. And then I can glue that down to my card base, which is just an A2 side folding card blank that I've created. And then I can take the release paper off the back of that butterfly and pop that down in the center of the card. And I really think that this turned out to be my favorite card of all the ones that I created today. So for my 5th card, I die cut a circle from some of the linen cardstock, and I stuck one of the kind of curved stickers down onto it. And then before I attached it to my card base, I decided to add some of the kind of curved foliage to the card as well across the centre. This was just to kind of create a kind of banner across the centre of the card using the PET tape. I trimmed off the excess using my scissors, and I was using my pokey tool just to help me line this sticker up because it's quite delicate. I didn't want to tear it, and I also didn't want it to curl around and stick to itself. So using the pokey tool just really helped me to control where the sticker was going to go. Again, I'm trimming off the excess from the other side, and I'm going to pop that centerpiece up on some foam tape. But before I do, I wanted to add a little butterfly to the actual card base, roughly where that circle was going to go. I wanted to stamp a sentiment on the circle, so that's why I haven't stuck that down yet. And I decided to use some of the PET tape stickers to decorate the inside of the card as well. I know many of you have mentioned before about whether I decorate the inside of my cards or not. And to be honest, most of the time I forget or I just don't. But with the PET tape, you're kind of encouraged to do that because it's really quick and easy. I'm going to stamp a sentiment onto this circle now, and the sentiment reads "Sending Love." It's from a Gina Design stamp set. Again, I'm going to stamp it with the VersaFine Claire Acorn ink. This brown ink really complemented this PET tape really well. It went so well with the colours that were already on the tape, and it was a bit less harsh than black. And I'm just going to pop that centerpiece on some foam tape. So I'm now going to show you all of the cards completed with a few little extra added details. I chose just to round the corners of this card before I attached it to the card base, and I added a few little stickers on the inside as well. For the second card, I just added a few little gold gems to go with the gold that was already on the card, and again just added a couple of the extra stickers to the inside. For the third card, I just chose to add a sentiment which said "Get Well Soon" and added a few of the gold gems as well. The "Get Well Soon" die is from Spellbinders, and I stacked a couple of white die cuts behind the gold as well. The fourth card, I just left it how it was. I really love how this card turned out. I thought it was so pretty, and you could actually make a set of those cards. And then the fifth card, I just added a few little gold gems and the sticker to the inside as well. So I really hope that you've enjoyed seeing all these cards come together today. I hope that it's given you some inspiration of ways to use your PET tape or your washi tape. Also, how with one tape you can create such a variety of card designs as well. As always, all the products that I've used today will be linked in the description box below. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget that you can hype the video as well, which really helps small content creators like myself out. Also, leave me a comment, let me know which card was your favourite from today's video, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Take care.